Hello, my name is Trisha Smiley, and I chose the book The Human Body by Peter Grundy. Peter Grundy illustrated all the images in this picture book, as well as wrote some of the facts for this nonfiction picture book. Peter Grundy attended the Royal College of Arts in the late 70s. In 1980, he started a design studio with one of his colleagues named Simon Rogers. And in this book, Simon Rogers collected the data information as well as working together and collaborating with Peter Grundy to form this book. So here's the title. It's very brightly colored, it has great pictures, the back is great, it has the different topics that you'll learn about when reading this book. I made my decision on making this book by going to the library and searching in the 610 section. This section included children's picture books that had information on the human body, health, different things like that. I looked through a few books before making my decision, but this one definitely caught my eye the most. It was very colorful and vibrant on the outside cover, so I opened it up, started looking through the pages. Each page is very bright and had great pictures on it. Here is what it looks like. The different tabs are neon colors, so that's cool. Has a lot of diagrams, different cool facts to learn about. Have you ever asked yourself, how does your body work? What is actually inside of it? This book basically states a lot of different facts about the human body in a very humorous way. On each page there were colorful drawings to accompany the different facts, which makes it easier for kids to stay focused and understand what exactly the functions of the body are. This book has 7 main topics that are discussed, and those include the senses, the reproductive system, the heart, the brain, digestion, the skeletal system, as well as the overall human factory. I learned a lot of different facts about the human body in this book that I have never heard before. For example, the first one was the average time between blinks in your eyes is 2.8 seconds, which seems very quick. I also learned that the woman's fallopian tube is the width of one spaghetti noodle, and that's very small. Another fact I learned was when you are at rest, blood flows at a rate of 1.64 miles per hour. Seems very slow. I also learned that a 2-year-old's brain is about 80% of the size of an adult's brain, so it definitely has a lot more growing to do. I also learned that an average adult urinates up to 2 liters per day, which could potentially fill up 385 bathtubs in the average lifetime. Another really good fact I found was as much as 70% of your body heat comes from your muscles. And another one, the average body contains enough water to fill a 10-gallon liter tank, which seems like a lot of water in one body. So, the author of this book, which was Peter Grundy, he teamed up with a data blog expert, Simon Rogers, who was mainly in charge of retrieving the facts about the human body. They worked together, so one guy was in charge of the facts, one guy was in charge of the illustrations. This book is definitely part of the factual nonfiction category. It also used an expository structure because no one was narrating the story. There wasn't really a story. It was mostly just facts on page to page. There were summaries included before each new section, which was very cool. There was an occasional cause and effect pattern. For example, if you don't drink enough water, you'll get dehydrated. The organizational pattern used in this book was description. The facts were laid out there quite often without any problem or solution patterns. The style of this book was very humorous, as well as the title was very bold. The title of this book is pretty blunt. It's called The Human Body, but the illustrations and vibrant colors used on the front is what draws readers in, which I think definitely happened to me. As you can see, it's very bright. It's like a bright orange. And on each page is pretty bright. This is the summary page. And then it goes on to having all of these illustrations. A few of the organizational tools used in the story were table of contents and source notes. So this is the table of contents. It's the second page in the book, other than the title page. Most of the illustrations used in this book were double-page spreads. There were also graphs and diagrams in order to show where certain body parts were located. By looking at the illustration while reading, it's much easier to understand where the body part is, as well as what function it serves for the rest of the body. The book had over hundreds of facts incorporated throughout. On the first page of every new section, as I said, there is a summary paragraph describing what you are about to learn next. Not only were the facts helpful, the diagrams reminded me of something I personally needed to study for my last bio exam. This book has enhanced my knowledge of some very good facts, as well as knowing where exactly they are located. I think this book would be appropriate for ages 9 to 14. There's some confusing language, definitions are very in-depth, so I think children under the age of 9 may have a little trouble understanding exactly what the facts are saying. Also, the reproductive system isn't really introduced until about middle school, so I think that's what made me think it would be a good age group, about 9 to 14. I would definitely recommend this book to young children and teenagers because I think learning about the human body is very necessary for all ages, and why not make it fun and interesting with this elaborate picture book? So, I would much rather have read this picture book, which pretty much included all of my knowledge and learning from middle school science about the human body, into one picture book rather than one very boring textbook. For example, this is a heart diagram. Has all the definitions, everything you need to know. The colors are very vibrant, colorful. It really keeps your attention while reading some of the funny and interesting facts on our human body. So overall, I think this is a really good book for young children about ages 9 to 14. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.